All right, guys, what's up? How's it going? So tonight, I have a very special guest. He is the voice of the voiceless, the face of the faceless, the myth, the legend, the one and only, Mr. Ron Wayne himself. Mr.
What's up,
Ron
guys?
Wayne, what is up, buddy?
How did you talk me into this?
I don't know, but we're just gonna have a good time. Everybody, this is Ron's very first live interview, so Ron is
Yep.
nervous.
Cut me some slack.
We will. We have a very special guest here, Mr. John H., the very first one here. Yuka Kaze, Mr. Kurt 24,
Kurt.
Miss Misty Wayne, Mr. Boom Country Hydrographics. Contact Mr. Boom Country Hydrographics for any of your Cerakote hydrographics needs. One of the best Cerakote and hydrographic dippers in the Midwest. Highly recommended. We have Del Pogue with us. So Ron, what really got you into the firearm scene? So like you kind of came here and exploded up on this entire scene and have done astronomical numbers and great things. What brought you here?
Well, I was on John Crump's stream, and he shouted me out one day for the support I gave him and Rich and a few others, and told everybody to subscribe to my channel. So I didn't have anything really except a couple BB gun videos, and so that night I woke up, or the next day I woke up with 50 subs, and I said, "Well, I'll get some firearms content." Went on from there, and just every night just woke up and it was 100 more. So I just kept uploading, kept rolling with it. Just upload 1 week, and I challenged myself for the next week, and so on. And before you know it, I'm where I'm at. It's
Did,
it's been surreal to say the least.
and we have Mr. Mike McClune and Mr. Evan Budzinski here with us. Man, so it's really cool like seeing your channel. Like you have a true international audience. And that is awesome. Like I
Oh yeah.
think that is really cool. Like how you got that. What's your feels on like that true international audience and getting to see people interact in multiple different languages and things like that on your channel?
Well, I didn't pick up on it at first with the international type thing until I started reading comments, and people really love it. Like I was wanting to speak in my videos and talk and explain everything, and we were just about ready to start filming that way. And then they started pouring in from Thailand and other countries, or around the world, that they like it that I don't speak. I just get to the point and shoot and show the gun. Because it's not about Ron Wayne. This whole channel is not about me in general. It's about the gun. It's about the experience. Cut and dry, just dive into it.
No, I get that. And like the one thing for anybody that doesn't watch Ron's channel, like it is all about the functionality of the firearm. And that right there means the most out of all of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yukikaze says, "You ain't no Matt Carricker," and I like that, Ron.
Well, I got to give props to Misty Wayne too. She's my backbone and my support.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised Misty let you out of your box tonight to do this live. Um,
She was feeling generous.
she was. Um, so Mr. Boom Country Hydrographics, very good friend of mine, good competitor to shoot up against and learn things with. He said he was out this weekend learning how to use all his cameras better, so can't wait to get some better content. Boom Country, I can't wait either. Boom Country, feel free to drop the link to your channel in the description or in the comments. Um,
I'm
Boom
not.
Country is a really good guy. Like
Yeah,
if you ever need anything Cerakoted, man, highly recommend Boom Country.
yeah. Check it out. I'm not one to give advice, but if I could, like bettering your camera and bettering your filming and stuff, I I've got no place to speak. You're talking to a guy that does everything via cell phone, and it works.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
I would like to upgrade. I really would, but I, if you don't, you don't.
yeah, I'm right there with you. Like I run a GoPro Hero 8 for my content when I post it, which is very seldom. Um, I'm normally just do lives like this. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I've been drinking too much Dr. Pepper. Um, this is the type of content I enjoy is like this long form content, get to know each other, get to talk to each other and things like that. Um, Mr. Kurt 24 says, and must say though, you are one hell of a shot, Ron. I think I have only seen you miss once.
Oh, that's a lot of luck too. And that's difficult. And you know this, Bending. It's like when you go and shoot one gun, and if you
Mhm.
shoot it all the time, you're going to be proficient at it. But if every other gun you shoot is different, oh, you've got your work cut out for you. And I'm not going to lie. Before I start filming a video, I do shoot 2 or 3 or 4 rounds just to make sure I remember. Okay, I remember this one shoots this way, or that one shoots that way. You know, you switch up so much, it can be so. Oh, it gets under your skin.
So Yukikaze is asking, Bending, are you not wearing shoes, are you? I am wearing my tactical flip-flops. And little be known, Ron is not that far from me in Kentucky, and he wears tactical flip-flops too.
Yep. Don't
I
leave
mean,
home.
we have Bernadette Sanchez with us. What's up, Bernadette? Well, sometimes I wear my flip-flops in the house in the basement because it's cold down here. Um, it's cold in my basement. Missy is calling me out. Uh-oh, he's telling me his secrets now.
No, I wear flip flops. I would say year round, but when it starts snowing, no, I put my boots on. Any other
See,
time, no.
unless I'm at work, like you won't see me wearing tennis shoes. You'll see me wearing tactical flip-flops.
Yeah.
Oh. But so out of all the firearms you've shot, because you have tons of various firearms on your channel, tons of different shorts. Out of all of them that you've shot, which one has been the most memorable to you and why?
Oh goodness, that's not an easy question, and I'm sure the chat knows that as well. It's hard to pick. It's always hard to pick out a favorite, But
Mhm.
if I narrowed it down, it would have to be two. I'm on a seesaw. Okay, it would
Mhm.
have to be that large loop Model 92 357 38, and say a 22 lever action. That would be. I would have to cut it at two for the enjoyment, for the accuracy.
No, I get that. We have Half Mile Sniper that has stopped in with us, and Mr. DK has stopped in with us.
Hey guys.
Um, yeah, dude, like that. I can relate with that. An old lever action, you can't beat it. I mean, you really can't.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Missy says hers was the dagger.
there's a good story behind that too. I'm sure Kurt and Mike McClune and a few others can share that one in the chat. But I had bought a dagger and had it for almost a week. Keyword had it for about a week. Yeah, she got that one real quick. So
Gotcha. So John H. is another Taurus TX22 owner, and he said he had leading problems, thought it was a gun, but all my 22 got leaded shooting, new brick of Winchester M22.
huh.
Yukikaze says, all you guys in your TX22s, I really got to check that thing out. So I've kind of twisted a lot of arms on it.
Yeah, he's become the regular influencer for the Taurus TX22 for sure. Now, back to you. Have you had any problems with your TX22 leading any?
I have not. Not yet so far. Granted, I put, besides the first day when I did my first 1,000 rounds through it, I had a little bit of leading in it. That first 1,000 rounds.
Yeah.
But after that, I haven't had too much leading in it. But now I pack mine every day.
Right.
So we had E-Rock Outdoors jump in. We had Mr. MC jump in.
MC? Now, I couldn't give any advice on that. Like, after, I've only shot mine like once. I did that 325 dump box of Federal Auto Match. And now when I did clean it, there was lead streaking in the barrel, but it wasn't, it cleaned out. It was nothing to be, I don't think, concerned about. Because you're talking about raw lead. It's not copper plated or whatever. It just wasn't an issue.
Half Mile Sniper says, wow, I just noticed. Ron looks like his avatar.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That's great. Dude, I have the best guys in my chats all the time. I love my chat that I have. I have literally the best subs there ever was. John said he cleaned his. He cleaned it, was shooting corks today at bowling pins. But did it let up anymore, John, or was it just that one time with that ammo? Gizzard Gary is here.
Gizzard.
What's up, Gizzard?
Now that I'm turning around and look at my ammo shelf, that M22, is that what he said he shot in that?
Yeah.
That is a lead round, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't know, a certain degree of leading is normal, isn't it? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're going to have a certain amount of leading with anything that's a lead bullet versus a copper jacket.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is. We had Tactical FUD jump in. We had the Pimp 1984 jump in. So when I go to Gizzard Gary's chats, a lot of people don't know this, but I go to Gizzard Gary's chats and I call them the Tactical Turkeys. Although they're obviously not turkeys, but to me, they're the Tactical Turkey.
Well, we're now Kentucky has got to call them Yardbirds, don't we?
I call them Tactical Turkeys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of my slogan when I jump in there. So Half Mile Sniper says, lead bullet will leave a little bit of lead, but nothing like what Tools was seeing with his suit. Oh.
Now, would you attribute that to like rough cut rifling or strides or something, or how would you?
I would put it more towards the barrel break-in process of it. Because you have sharp edges on barrels as they're cut, and from there you kind of have to smooth it out some.
Yeah.
So, Gizzard Gary says every Thanksgiving on Instagram, I do a post where I change the chicken in my logo to a turkey. See, I knew they were the Tactical Turkeys.
Well, there's actually a YouTube channel called Tactical Turkeys, isn't there?
There is. I've been on their show a couple times. Really good group of guys.
Yeah.
So, DK says, I actually took my Ruger 1022 and put it in a high tower bullpup. Trigger is mush, but it looks cool. Oh yeah, dude. I love the Torrent or the Ruger 1022.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that is probably one of my favorite firearms that I have. Out of everything I have, anywhere from $5,000 competition rifles to
Do you like and roll with it, you know?
yeah, dude, I love it. Half Mile Sniper says I have comp guns that will streak a little bit and streak more. Mostly lead composition of the bullets will cause more leading, especially if the lead is too soft. I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. DK says the Ruger 1022 is the best bang for the buck. I love the 1022. I really do.
Oh God. Man, they're so versatile. You can buy any. If you can imagine something, they've already made it. That's what's crazy about those. Which is a good thing.
I mean, I compete with a Ruger 1022 bolt action, obviously, in 22 competitions, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
David Wilcott has jumped in with us. What's up, David?
Hey, Dave.
He says, you know what would have fun to have Mare's leg in a 44 Magnum, or Mars leg in a 44 Magnum. I'm not exactly sure what that is.
Mare's leg. That would be the cut-off pistol grip lever action.
Oh, okay.
Now, am I wrong? Somebody in the chat might correct me, and that's great. I'd learn too. But doesn't Henry make something of that nature, or is that just the 410 lever shotgun?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Henry does make a motion,
Henry.
but I'm not sure about the center fire.
MC says the Charger pistol may follow me home one of these days.
Those Chargers are nice. Have you got to shoot one yet, Bending?
No, I have not.
Yeah, a buddy of mine had one, and I didn't get to shoot it. I wanted to so bad.
Gotcha. Half Mile says he believes that Henry does make one.
Yeah. That is one I do not have, so I can't give any input on that.
So David Wilcott brings up the ultimate age-old question. Which is better, rim oil or ballast oil?
Ooh. You want to go first? Or do you want me to?
You can go ahead and go first.
You already know what I'm going to say. Personally, I'd go rim oil. Now, listen, don't get upset at me, guys. Ballast oil is good stuff. It is. But I'm sure somebody out there can say it's rough on the nostrils using it. And that's really the only kickback I've got on it. It's what it is. But rim oil, yeah, Kurt, I guess. I personally use a Gias more, but out of those two, I would pick the Remington. What about you?
So I am the oddball out on everybody. I use Vortec everything. I'm a Vortec type of person. And I use Pro Shot Zero Friction for my lube. That is the only type of cleaners that I use. So, but I shoot in various different temperatures, anywhere from sub-degree zero to 100-degree temperature. So,
right.
For me, running a match, I've got to have something that's thick, but not so thick that it freezes, but not so thin that it gums up.
Right.
So that's just me. Half Mile, I think Half Mile is kind of in the same realm I am with it, where rim oil is just too thin.
That's true.
and it cooks off too fast.
Yeah.
I'm in 100% agreement. DK says he loves Ballistics. For me, I love the smell. Yep,
Oh,
I'm
the
nuts.
smell.
So,
Hey, you go for it, man. You do you, you know?
yep, I
Nope.
mean, it is what it is.
And to me, that's what makes the firearms community awesome. If we were all the same, this would be boring in 3.2 seconds. But we're
Oh,
all different.
absolutely.
We all do things differently. I guarantee you, I clean a gun different than you do.
You
And
clean your guns?
yes, I'm an OCD freak with that.
Um, I don't really clean my firearms as much as what people would expect me to. I'm sure Half Mile is kind of the same way. When the group falls apart after, I don't know, a few hundred rounds and I've got copper fouling pretty bad and the group falls apart,
Yeah.
I'll clean it then. But if it's still grouping good at 100 rounds through it, then
Now, wait a minute. You got to clarify what you're shooting there, too, man. Are you shooting a 1022? Because those autos get a little bit crusty inside, you know?
well, so I don't have a semi-auto 22 besides pistol.
Mm.
So, yep, see, Half Mile Sniper. My comp guns shoot better, a little dirty. I'm in
I've
100% agreement with you.
I've heard that before, too. It's just like I said, I've just got an OCD sickness with keeping things clean. That's just me.
David Wilcott asks, what kind of oil do you people use during cold winter times? I use this Pro Shot Zero Friction year round. That's all I use.
Well,
That's all I use.
you're teaching me something because I'll usually just use whatever gun oil's within reach. I mean, whether it be Aegis or Rim Oil or Hoppies or whatever.
Well, so this Pro Shot, I picked up some of it at a match, and I'd never used it before. It was just in like the giveaway thing, and I absolutely fell in love with it. As smooth as it was on my bolts and on my actions, I loved it. Absolutely love it.
Is it a thinner weight oil or?
So it's like a medium weight. It's not really thin, but it's not really thick either. But it will work in sub-Antarctic temperatures all the way up into super hot temperatures.
Huh. Now, what about that
Yes.
Lucas? What about Lucas gun oil? Have you tried it any?
It's too thin for me and it comes up.
Yeah.
So the nice stuff about this is when it dries, on, not really dries, but Mark Petrie's here. What's up, Mark? Boom Country doesn't clean either, apparently. No, so it's not like the Lucas Blue Oil Half Mile. It's Jeff B is here. What's up, Jeff? It's like a medium hybrid oil, but it's not as thick as like a zero weight engine oil. You'll see that quite a bit. But it's like that happy medium weight where it works really good. And then it doesn't work, or like where you have something that works really good in one temperature, but in another temperature it doesn't. The Pro Shot works really good in all temperatures for me. And yes, Mike McClune, you are correct. I did pick mine up at Royal King when I bought more of it. I think I bought 15 bottles of it last time I was at Royal King.
I've learned it's best to buy in duplicate when you buy something that you really like, because if you don't, you'll be hung out to dry in the end.
Yeah, you'll never find it again.
Oh, that's the way it works. You find something that really works good, they quit selling it. Never fails.
Alaska One Andy is here with us, and he says, "Have you tried breakthrough lubricants? Good for -65." I have not, Alaska. I
See,
never have.
you all are a bunch of crazies. I don't get out and shoot this minus temperature stuff like this. But I
Well,
mean, I'm just a traditional shooter though. Given I go deer hunting in the winter sometimes and squirrel and you know stuff like that. But I don't know. What's good for one is good for all. I don't usually switch up that much.
so half mile, wouldn't the transmission fluid be too corrosive, even mixed with the OW30 weight or 10W30 weight? Wouldn't it
Mm,
be too corrosive? I don't know. I'm not a
there's
chemist, so
yeah. Now I've heard. I don't know. I can't back it up, but I've heard it in a few chats. People talking about using other substitutions for that, and I don't. I don't know.
Yukikaze. We are not in Tennessee. We are in Kentucky. Hootie Who is in Tennessee. We are in Kentucky. And it gets like -5 here at the most.
Yeah, really. Or even here, it's about the same.
MC says -65 is 40 degrees lower than I'll play outside.
That's that. What do you do? Microwave a mug of water and take it out your front door and throw it up in the air and it turns into vapor, cold. I don't know. I don't usually go outside on that stuff unless I have to.
Now, when I left Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the day I left, it was -45 outside with a wind chill of like -60. It
Good
was
lord.
cold. But Milwaukee, Wisconsin does get colder than Antarctica on multiple times of the year.
Huh. Well, you can have it.
Boom Country says it's Tennessee. 60s are cold for them. You know, I was fussing yesterday that it was a little brisk and it was 72 degrees with a wind of 5 to 10 miles an hour north-northwest. Just saying.
Lord have mercy. Let's listen at her.
I
Talking
know.
about
She's.
Okay, he's gonna get me in trouble now.
Nah, she ain't gonna get in trouble in here.
it's the slang though. It's our slang sometimes too
Yeah.
that calls us out. Well, a body could, do this. A body could do that.
Yeah. See, E-Rock knows what I'm talking about. That cold weather.
Gee,
Half Mile says when I qualified last before leaving the SOO for relative warmth, Detroit was -15, and I didn't need a jacket until going prone with the rifle. Snow was only 3 feet deep.
thick skin. Good lord.
In Alaska, it's 34 degrees and snowing. And Yukikaze says, "Oh, you baby. 75 degrees, it's 42 here right now. I'm in my garage because I don't smoke in my house." Well, I have not had to turn my heat on yet this year. So there is that.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. It's coming though, brother. It is. It's coming
I
up
know.
fast. You say no turning back now. We're starting into it.
I do not want the snow. I am with Misty.
I don't know. When I was younger, I loved it. I think we all did, of course. Even in my 30s, I loved it, but I don't now. No more. I'm done with it. Only one day of snow should be permitted on Christmas, and then it's good after that.
Yeah. See, like, I get upset when I have to. So I have a husky. For people that are not aware, I have a husky. And I get very upset at my husky when it's like 25 degrees outside and he wants to play outside, and I'm ready to go inside. It gets a little rough for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, put your Alaskan clothes on and go out there and have fun.
I've got a parka from where I lived in Wisconsin, but it's too thick to wear here, and
Yeah.
so it's like it's too much for here. So it is what it is there.
Yeah,
Alaska,
like,
Andy says my heating bill went from $165 per month to $490 per month.
oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Sweet.
crazy.
Oh.
See, that's rough. All right, this talk of cold weather really is making me a little cold.
Yeah, really. Let's switch it up, and I'm gonna throw a question back at you. You threw it at me. What is your favorite gun and why?
My favorite firearm I have is truly my Taurus TX22.
Well,
Um,
I mean, after I've been talked into buying one, I can see that. So it's a blast, literally. It's fun.
Now, David, I have not used Pro Shot in negative 40-degree weather. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Now, it has worked very well for me in negative 15-degree weather, but the best one to truly answer that question is Alaska One Andy. He might know some advice on that. So Alaska One Andy, if you could answer that for me, I will pop that question up on there. I know you're in Alaska. I know it gets cold there. You might be the best one.
I've never shot or operated a gun in those extremes. I never have done it.
I have not either. But no, I really love my Taurus TX22. I have not had any issues out of it. I haven't really had any issues with leading, like a lot of people have said.
Yeah.
I have not had any of those issues, and it's unbelievably reliable.
Oh, definitely. I have to agree. There was a guy that really well did a whole box of ammo out of a TX22, and he didn't have a single issue. Ain't that something?
I know.
Yeah.
I really, really love the Taurus TX22.
Well, honestly, and I've got to say it, and I said it, I've talked to you before about it, but that blew my mind. I mean, you always tend to have at least, and be it the ammo's fault, usually at least one snap out of a dump box.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't happen, and it just makes you look forward to taking it out and shooting it again. It just does. I'm ready to. I shot it to shoot it. I want to sight mine in now, to be honest. I'd like to really get down with that.
No, I agree. I have really, really enjoyed mine. I really have. Yukikaze wants to know, why can't we be in Eastern Pennsylvania? I don't know. I like where I live in Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm here to stay.
Kurt says he was shocked that you didn't have a malfunction. Also,
Well, I mean,
Ron was waiting for it.
I got to say that was a fear too of mine when Misty was filming that, was we were waiting on that. We were expecting it to happen, and it just kept going and going, and that's and if it would have happened, I would have held up the gun and shown it, but it didn't happen. So.
Oh, Uke says it wasn't us. He was talking to Mike McClune and Jeff B. Sorry.
Oh. Oh yeah, there's a lot of northern guys in there.
Yeah. I've got guys from all over the place in here. My fellow Canuckistanians, Yukikaze is one of them. So, John H says, had a deal to get Viridian laser and 2 mags. It shoots great at 10 yards at the Corks today. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Alaska, Andy. Oh, he's talking to David Wilcott. Sorry.
Now, speaking of Taurus, they have some really good deals if you sign up on their emails. Like what he's talking about, that laser and mags and holsters and all kinds of stuff. They have really good deals on there every now and then. Like the rest of us, though, it usually hits when we're broke.
Yeah. Well, so, like, out of all the 22s that I have, so I have the Glock 44 in 22 long. I have the SIG in 22 long. I have Ruger pistols in 22 long. I have a Walther in 22 and stuff like that. The Taurus has outperformed every single one of them. Like, even my Keltec, the Taurus has just outperformed it so much better than anything else. Like, I've been so impressed with the Taurus TX22.
That speaks volumes against a lot of those other ones, man. That's good. That's good for me to hear. I mean, as a new owner of one, I've only fired one, dump box, so I look forward to getting back out there.
Well, it's like I told you, like, if you bought it and you did not like it, tell me and I would send you my FFL info and have you ship it to my FFL and I would literally buy it off of you.
Yeah.
That's how much I love it.
Well, it's too late for that now, so yeah.
Dude, I love it. I have loved it. So,
do you have the regular one or the open top competition?
I just have the standard one.
Oh, that's well, but
and man, I have loved it.
Well, now on that subject, it's like they make a ton of like trigger upgrades and stuff too, don't they? On that?
Yeah, I've left mine completely factory stock.
Well, that's what I was.
Carbo.
Yeah, that's what I was coming to. Was they make upgrades, but I don't know that I would. The trigger on it seems spot on. I mean, for me personally.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's a great trigger for a $200 22 or $250 22 pistol. I put that trigger very comparable to my Canic triggers.
Ooh.
I mean, anybody that has a Canic or knows anything about a Canic or ever shot a Canic, the trigger in the Canic is phenomenal. Just out of the box, phenomenal triggers. And to be honest with you, the Taurus TX22 trigger is probably one of the best triggers I have ever felt.
It's hard to describe getting something like that for the price point paid, but it's there.
Yeah, and so, like, I don't like using the terms inherently accurate, but the Taurus TX22 truly is inherently accurate for what it is. Kurt24 says the Canic trigger is great. John, did you put the +5 base on your Taurus or did you put it on your Canic? So John called me. John H and I, like, we talk outside of YouTube and everything like that. John called me when he first started getting into pistol competitions, and I was like, man, out of any pistol that I recommend you to get into is the Canic. And for the price point of what it is, you're talking sub $600 pistol. It's basically a race pistol out of a box, and it runs so good. And I was so excited the night that John called me and told me that he shot his first match with the Canic. It was awesome. Ballistically Speaking podcast has come in. Cayuse! Coyotes. We have Don Matson with us tonight. What's up, Don?
Now, do you have the, I don't even know how to pronounce it, the Métis Canic?
Oh, the Mete? No,
Yeah.
I have the original V2, and then I have the SFX with red dot on it, and then I have the Combat Elite. That's the only three I've got. I had to think for a second.
It's the only three you've got, you know.
Mhm.
And I hate to admit it, I don't have one. Poor pitiful
Man,
me. I have to get on that wagon now, I guess. So
dude, I love the Canic. Now, my biggest fuss with Canic, and take this for what it is,
here it comes, guys.
is the magazines. The magazines are a little rough to find at times,
Yeah.
because it's Met Gear mags.
Mm.
But you can literally back order them straight through Century Arms. So the Taurus is or not Taurus, the
Canic.
It's a Turkish built pistol, and so their mags literally come from Turkey. It's just like the Walther is Turkish, the Gerson is Turkish, Canic is Turkish. There's a couple other ones that have them, but now their mags are coming back in stock, so you can find them pretty locally, like Kurt's saying. But man, it is great. I love it. What's up, Rooster?
I need to look at one. I'm ashamed to say I've not even got into that. I need to look at a Canic.
Well, when you come over here, I will let you freehand shoot my Canic out at 250 yards.
Good Lord.
Have you never done that?
No. Well, I mean, playing around, but seriously?
Seriously.
Hey, I'm up for anything, Ed. Yeah.
So, have you never shot so this doesn't show up on mine, but I know which one that one is. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a minute. So you get Uke in here, and you get Ballistically Speaking in here, and there's no telling where this is gonna go.
Back to 250 yards freehand.
Yeah. So you've never shot like your 44 Magnum at like 250 yards, 300 yards, just playing with it?
No, 100 a couple times, but it's hard for me where I am right now to get that kind of distance. You know,
There's a phrase, Kentucky windage for 200-yard pistol shooting. It's not that bad. It's really not. Like, shooting at distances like that with the pistol, it sounds a lot harder than what it is, but it's really not that hard, especially if you are very competent in it.
Well, I mean, shoot pistol calibers. I mean, like, revert back to what I was talking about earlier, my Model 92 357. One of my favorite things to do is to shoot 38 special at 100 yards. That is one of the most accurate guns offhand that I can shoot that distance. Is it, you know, ballistics, we're talking basically a standard velocity at that point anyway. So it's I mean, you're talking an inch and a half group. It's crazy what those guns are capable of.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I've shot 44 Magnum out to like 400 yards offhand.
Yeah.
It is so much fun doing it. Like, you should not be able to shoot a pistol that far, but it's fun. It really is.
Hey,
So David, I'm not familiar with the 375 Ruger. I can't even pretend like I am.
no, I'm not.
And the 375 H&H, I have very limited experience with, so I can't
No, that's me.
answer
I've
that
heard
question.
of it, but I've never experienced one.
So, so I cannot answer that, and I don't want to pretend like I can because I can't.
Yeah. So, what? Kind of on that subject, what is your oddest caliber?
Like favorite caliber?
No, what's your oddest one that you have? What's the one that's hardest for you to find if you were
Six
going to buy?
millimeter dasher,
Wow.
but it's a Wildcat. I have to get 6BRX or 6BR and
Mm-hmm.
fire form the brass in the chamber to take it back and resize it, trim it, and bump the shoulder back from a 30-degree
Yeah.
shoulder bump to a 40-degree shoulder bump. Half miles is 30-40 crag.
Half mile hit it on the head. That's what I was coming to. That is my oddball. And one of my favorites is the 30-40 Craig. I've got a couple videos on mine, and I adore that rifle. It's one of the funnest guns I've got to shoot. It's in my
Really?
top. Yeah, it's in my top 5, easy. Love it. But it's another one of those you have to. You almost have to know. You do have to know how to reload to really be able to shoot the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck finding it.
So a lot of people might know this about you, Ron, but you reload too, don't you?
Yeah, standard typical stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
See, I've not got into that dasher and the, no. I don't fire form or anything. I just buy the die sets and the bullets and go for it.
Yeah. Half Mile says his oddest caliber I have is a 38 long Colt. I can't find them anywhere. I've never even heard of a 38 long Colt.
No, can't. Oh, well, I wished you would have, because I'm thinking you can make a 38 long Colt out of a 38 special, can't you? I think you can turn it down and trim it down to that.
I really don't know on that. I've never even heard of that caliber, or that cartridge. So
Yeah.
.38 long Colt has a hilled bullet that is a 360 diameter. The case is close, but the bullet is unattainable.
There's a short caliber. I might be thinking of the Smith & Wesson. What is it? The 38 Smith & Wesson? Not the special, the shorter cartridge.
I didn't know that.
6.5
So,
wrister. Oh.
So, ballistically speaking, and the guy that's there, his name is Rooster. He says 6'5" Rooster. No joke. It's a 6'5" by 284 shortened to a shortened 300 thousandths of an inch. Gets 2980 with a 140 grain projectile. Also 358 Norma mag necked up to 338 Win mag. Whoa.
Huh.
I like that 6'5" Rooster though. Half Mile says he has a 1903 Colt New Army and 38 long Colt. That's cool. I don't know if Lee would make a mold for that. I don't know anything about casting. I can't pretend like I do, because I do not.
I've never got into that personally.
Jeff says he had two 30-40 Crags. One wasn't parkerized, the other was shortened. He says you're comparing the 38 Smith & Wesson, not the special.
Right. I stand corrected on that. Yeah.
Rooster with the flex. The 39 Smith & Wesson is also a 360, but not a heeled bullet. She spanks a Creedmoor. Well, it's a 6.5 need more, 6 need more. So I hope it does. Anyone know about the 450 Marlin compared to the 4570 government?
I don't have a clue.
I believe it's a little faster, but not much. A really good guy to talk to about that, David, would be Mr. Hootie Hoo. I believe he shot a 450 Marlin, I believe. But he does do a lot of work with the 4570 government. And so Mr. Hootie Hoo would be a really good guy to talk to about that. He has experience, a lot more experience with 4570. So, but yeah, I mean, this has been a great conversation. Like, can you believe we're almost at our hour?
That's crazy. It flew by.
I told you you'd do perfect.
Well, first time for everything, you know.
It is.
Had fun. Good chat.
Yeah.
Good people.
It was a great chat. So before we close it out, because I will be over at the Hootie Hoo chat at 8, and then after that, following Half Mile, you're going live tonight too at 8:30, correct? So at 8, I will be over at the Hootie Hoo chat. At 8:30, I'm going. I'm gonna go over there. It is the face of the faceless. Hey, you made a shirt. That is awesome.
I had to do that.
That is great. So that is great. I love it. You have the first unofficial official merch of the Bending Ballistics show. I don't even have a merch shirt yet.
Yeah, me and Misty wanted to surprise you with that one.
That is awesome. Ballistically Speaking says, well, Mr. Social Butterfly. Well, it'd be like that. The shirt is tight. I love that. That is great.
Yeah.
Peace out, Boom Country. Bye, Half Mile. I'll see you at Hootie Hoo. Kurt says he was expecting a different shirt.
Now, Kurt, you're gonna have to keep your eyes on the upcoming videos. It's like an Easter egg. It'll be there.
E-Rock is laughing. John says he loves the shirt. So, Ron, tell people where they can find you and what you do and stuff like that.
Well, I describe myself as a normal guy, same as everybody else to a point, and like what I like. But I'm here on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram now. That is ran by the boss. She takes care of that for me. But yeah, that's about it of it. Just yeah.
I understand you. I understand.
My Instagram name is Ron_Wayne Official. By the way, it's not Ron Wayne. Ron_Wayne Official.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. And Ron is linked in the description down below. So, Ron, what is a solid piece of dad advice that you can close it out with?
Let's see.
Or dad joke, whatever.
Oh, the best advice I could give would be don't forget to do the things you forgot to do.
That is the best dad advice I have heard in a very long time. All right, guys. So we're going to close it out because I'm going to be over at the Hootie Hoo chat at 8 o'clock and go check his chat out. Then after that, I will be at the Half Mile Sniper show. So, guys, come over, say hello to us over there. And
Thanks for having me
Ron
on.
is linked in the description down below. So,
Had a
guys,
good. Thanks.
I appreciate each and every single one of you. And I will see you guys at Hootie Hoo or Half Mile Sniper the next time. Peace!
See ya.